And since it's pandemic, you've been Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nene with an interview one-on-one with Odane from Real Talk TV. His channel focuses on motivational speeches, so his link will be in the description below. But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment on the video below. This pandemic period, we still have organizations that are employing persons, and we have persons that are sending out resumes. So if you are one of those persons that are sending out resumes, this is the video that you need to watch. So I will be highlighting 5 most important interview questions that your interviewer will be asking.
Guys, it's also worth noting that if you are going on an interview, you have to prepare. Preparation is key. Prepare to plan or plan to fail. That is essential in whatever we do.
Yes, let's get started. Question number 1. Tell me about yourself. In this question, I don't need you to rant about yourself.
Oh no. No.
I don't need to know about your family. I don't need to know about your friends. I don't need to know about your hobby. Tell me about your experience in an organization. Tell me your current role. What is your position? What have you learned? Tell me about your traits. Then tell me about yourself.
Well, Shanae, that's a good question. For me, I am currently a supervisor. I have over 8 years of experience working both as an outbound telemarketer and also as an inbound sales rep. You know, in my current role, I've been able to learn things such as coaching and development and mentorship of my people. And also within this role, I've been able to, think on my feet and also be able to manage, multiple tasks while also providing a resolution for it.
Question number 2. Tell me about your weakness.
Are you so strong, or is the weakness in me?
Now, everyone has weaknesses. But as an interviewer, I want to know your weakness, as well as I want to know how you have improved it over your years of employment, or an example of how you have improved on that weakness.
Well, Shanae, that's a good question that you've asked. I did see where I was a big procrastinator. Whenever I was doing something, I always left it to the last minute, and as a result, I was never able to complete my task. How I was able to overcome this is I had a timetable in which I actually divided my workload. I also divided time for where I needed to spend, whether it's doing work or just a bit of idle time. I ensured that I had a schedule for everything. And by doing this, I was able to be more productive in the workplace.
Question number 3. Tell me about a difficult experience that you've had and how you have dealt with that. In this question, I need to know your problem-solving skills, as well as your ability to be accountable, as well as your ability to mitigate against any conflict in an organization.
Well, Shanae, that's a pretty good question that you've asked. For me, I have seen where conflict in a workplace is something that happens, quite frequently. You're bringing together people who are of different variety, different ethnicity, different groups and personalities. And by doing that, what you're seeing is that can naturally cause conflict. As a result, what you have to do is ensure that you are following the guidelines of the company in how you solve conflict resolution. In some cases, if you can actually go ahead and minimize that damage by having a conversation one-on-one with someone who has caused conflict in the workplace, that would be essential. However, the majority of the times, you always have to ensure that you are in line with what the company is looking for in terms of conflict.
Awesome. Give me one example of a conflict.
I can certainly give you an example. There was a time in which I had 2 employees who actually was speaking to the same spouse. Now, what that basically did is it created a conflict in the workplace because not only were they not performing They were always going at it together. How we were able to solve this is we brought them together in different rooms. We spoke to them. We talked to them about what really drove, the conflict and how we could find a resolution. After that, we brought them together. They had a conversation and they were able to hash it out. That basically allowed for us to resolve the situation before it even had to reach to HR, before it had to reach the senior managers. We were able to resolve and neutralize conflict, and that also increased productivity in the workplace.
Question number 4. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? For me, as a recruiter, I want to know if you're loyal to my organization. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years in my company? Is it that you want to just stay at this level? Do you want to be stagnant in this role? Or do you want persons to just come and elevate over you? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, Odane?
Well, in the next 5 years, I definitely see myself growing further into my role and also into the company. I see myself progressing further into management and being able to help others to grow as well. So for me, growth is essential, and also helping others to grow, that makes it even better.
And finally, guys, question number 5. Why is it that you have applied for this role? I want to know your enthusiasm to this position.
I'm ready! 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 I'm ready!
Is it that you just applied because you have qualification, or you're just applying for applying sake, or you just want a job? I want to know why you are applying for this position.
Well, for me, I have the ability to lead, develop, and mentor people to their desired goals. I also have over 8 years of experience in my service field, in which I have been able to supervise and help others to grow. And so for me, it was a natural decision to make the step up in my career. That was the reason why I chose to apply for your organization.
So, in other words, this position was tailor-made for you.
That is correct.
Okay, I agree. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. Also, bear in mind that interviewers are persons just like myself. So, it could be your friend. So, before you go to an interview, practice with your parents, practice with your friend, and go over it, and tailor the question to your personality, tailor the questions to the role that you're applying for. And in the interview, relax, prepare ahead. And also, an interview is not an interview if you don't have questions to ask.
Sinead, let me ask you a question. How have you been doing in terms of the role? What are some of the things you like about your current role at the company?
Well, as a recruiter, I enjoy the personalities of the person that I interview on a regular basis. I look forward to their growth in the company, and I look forward to seeing them in the next 5 years as a managerial position, and also to say that, hey, you were the first person that employed me. So in that, I am proud to be a recruiter because I help to develop the goals of individuals that I interview on a daily basis.
Oh, that's really good to hear, Sinead. In fact, I look forward to seeing you in the next 5 years and telling you my growth as well. But let me ask you one final question as well,
Sure.
Sinead. Seeing that you have, such wonderful things to say about your role, what are your expectations for the role that I've applied for? And also, what are some of the advices you have for me as well?
Odane, as a supervisor, I expect you to be accountable. I expect you to be a confidential person, because you will have persons that will have personal issues that they may be trusting you with. I expect you to excel in the role. So even though you're a supervisor, it doesn't mean that you can't do other roles in the organization, or help out, or cross-train, or even share your knowledge with others, or help develop. So I expect that you will grow in the capacity, and as you see yourself in the next 5 years, I expect you to continue to develop yourself, whether it's educationally, whether it's skill-based. I expect you to excel. And my advice to you is give off your best. Give off your best, and also ensure that whatever you do, you live by a motto. You are motivated daily. You will look forward to the work that you have to do daily, and you build on the person that you are. So create a relationship, create a family within the organization that you can look forward to. And while you're at work, you're giving off your best and you're excelling. And that's my advice to you.
Well, thank you. It was really good advice, and I will definitely take it in my stride.
Awesome. So guys, I hope that you have learned something from this video today. And if you want to see more of this video, comment below your questions that you will want to ask, or you will want to see me explain to you, and share this video to persons that may be fearful of an interview, and also any question and answers that you would want to see on this video. So give me a thumbs up, like, share, and comment.